There's some common mistakes made when somebody is a new real estate virtual assistant. And in my mentorship, Coach Diana, who hosts our launch call, which is all of the mentees that have done all of the curriculum and they're just about to launch. And she gives them all of the things that they want to avoid, because what we don't want you to do is fall in any traps that we can tell you are going to be there. So check out this training. I'll drop you in so you can find out what are the common mistakes that new real estate virtual assistants make.
I want to let y'all know that when you get to phase 5, that's the launching phase. Because I think sometimes y'all, because of all the stuff you have to do up to that point, you forget. But this is the phase, that's the phase you're supposed to launch. So if you get to see my face and come on my calls, if you get to see Coach Kristen and come on her calls, we are the people that are now working with people who have launched their businesses or about to launch their business. And so the mistakes we see is people not paying attention. Chris said people not paying attention in systems. And Kristen is testifying from being one of those people that did not pay attention in systems. She'll tell on herself real quick. She'll say, I launched without systems and was all over the place, right? So it's not like she's telling you that as the perfect system person, but she had to learn the hard way that systems really make running your business super efficient. And so I think because sometimes the jargon is new, the softwares are new, you're like, oh, this is gonna take me forever because I've never done this before. But you're in a program that literally you are with help at every second of the way. You have Coach Tristan, Coach Tam, who I always say has the patience of Job, and then you have the entire REVA community to ask help on, right? And so you can even pay for it if you don't want to do it. There's so many options to be able to get done in that phase, or maybe even like a week or two after you hop out of that phase. So that's the first thing. Second thing she said, and we kind of both agreed on this, is being lackadaisical in pitching. Okay, now let's talk, y'all. Y'all want to be out here making these bands. Y'all are like, before y'all get in here, all the questions that y'all have for people before you join is like, how soon do we start making money? How soon do I see a return? And then you guys get in here and you want to be a successful business, but you got to go out and not the money bags. They want the money bags, okay? And you very much have a mentor who's all about getting you to the bag, okay? She loves to get you to the bag. But in order to do that, you have to be intense with your pitching. The thing that she's taught when I was a mentee, right? I'm an alumni now and also a coach, but Team 7, she said, this is your season of focusing on the input. You cannot control the output. That stuck with me so hard because I'm somebody that's like, plant the seed. 2 minutes later, I'm looking at it like, why you don't got no sprouts? Okay. Tomorrow I come out, I'm like, dig it up. Maybe this part of the lawn is not good. So I'm gonna take the seed out and go to the other part of the ground that look a little more fertile. That's how I was previously. But because she really honed in on the fact that you have to just focus on what you can focus on, it changed my mind. She's like, if you want to see a wild harvest, you got to be planting wild. And so I was out here calling 3 to 5 agents. Because first of all, have you seen an agent's email inbox? They be having thousands, right? Whenever I did presentations and when Kristen did presentations, she would do a joke, in which I stole her joke. Who has the largest amount of unread emails? And they'll be in the thousands, 10,000s. Some people have 100,000s. Them email responses were not fast enough for me. And I wanted to get comfortable in pitching my business. All the things I felt about being new, it helped me talking about it. And going to networking events helped me talk socially and be comfortable and be confident. And I got my first clients from being out. There are people that have gone to open houses. LaJoy went to open house even though she didn't know what she was doing, got a client. You have people like Monica who does drive-bys or drop-bys at real estate brokerages. These are not people, anytime I get to a networking event, I'm ready to leave. As soon as I get there, I have to say, okay, you have to stay for at least an hour. I got to talk to myself. You have people that are not always wanting to be out there, but doing the things to get the results they want. So the thing is, the harvest that you want, your sowing season has to look like the type of harvest you want. And then the last thing I'll say as a launch coach, y'all be waiting, and if you read the Bible, Ecclesiastes 11, 4-7 is what you need to stick on. You're waiting for perfect weather and not sowing because of that. You're like, oh, I gotta go back to phase 1 and review all the stuff I did in phase 1 to make sure I'm good to launch. And you keep vacillating. That's my favorite word for y'all. And you never do it, okay? I need you to just jump off the cliff. A lot of people are, nervous to come to my call because I just push you off the cliff regardless of if you feel ready. But I make sure, like, you got this done, you did this, you did that, you're good. We always are tweaking. VBS, which has been open for 11 years, is always tweaking and improving and adding new services or removing services, bringing on new people, trying new things. You can always iterate your business. But if you're trying to iterate to perfection, child, you'll be here until Jesus comes back. And so I want y'all to launch, okay? So I hope this was helpful.